So I just wanted to go through how you export graphics from Illustrator into After Effects so that you can then animate them, so the basics of motion graphics. So here you can see that I've got the this graphic that I want to export, just whip something up out of polygons, and over here in the layers you can see how that's set up. This is kind of a natural way that you might have your graphic set up. So just bearing in mind that in Illustrator everything kind of gets created on the one layer, and then all your shapes, and every time you touch a brush or anything to the page, you'll get a new kind of sub layer here, and these will be named the kinds of things that they are. So we have to do a bit of work on this before we can export, so let's do that now. So I'm going to select that layer, go to the panel options, release to layers sequence, and you see that they all get renamed as layers. And then the next step is I've got to promote these up to a top layer level, so I'm going to hold shift, select them all, click and drag them so that I can see that blue line like that, and that kind of promotes them up to the same level. So I'm just going to get rid of this top layer because it's now empty, and I'm left with my shapes. Now I could name these if I wanted, and that might make things a bit clearer if it was really complex, but for something simple like this it's not very complex, so we're ready to go here. So I'm going to save this. I already had a good name set up, easy place to save it, so press save. Yeah, I'll replace it. Press OK. Now I'm going to pop over to After Effects. I'm going to go File, Import File, go to that desktop, then I go down to Vector 3 Animation, and in here import as composition retain layer sizes. Your dialog may look a little bit different, but the important thing is import as composition retain layer sizes. Go OK. And I've got my composition here, Vectors for Animation. Double click it, and you can see if I zoom out a bit, okay, you can see that I've got my thing there with my various layers independent, which means that I can go ahead and animate this. So if I go opacity, I can do a kind of a fade in effect. So I'll go 0, 1 second. I'll make a keyframe. 2 seconds. Make it 100%. Now I've got this situation. It fades in. And I can do the same thing for the first layer, and you can see how motion graphics build up might work. So if I go to this layer, I go same deal. I'll set it to 0, keyframe it, go like this, set it to 100%. And that's how that works. So I hope you got something out of that.